everyone. Welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Jeff, your Game Master, and here's what happened last time. Gwen introduced Emberheart to the Forehome and explained why there was a kobold in the basement. After Arabelle detected magic on Zorith's tattoo, Tasha attempted to cast legend lore on it, resulting in her being feeble-minded. Arabelle was able to heal her using the Rod of Resurrection. Stopping off at the keep before leaving town, Gwen gave Athgar a sending stone and introduced him to Emberheart. The four then traveled to the Tower of Azanor to ask about Zorith's tattoo and maybe do a bit of shopping to improve their adventuring gear. Their first stop was Master Obras' office, but he was in class. Gwen and Emberheart headed off to hunt, while the rest waited for Obras' return. Upon getting back to his office, Obras told the group to speak to Master Rhoxea, the Master Enchanter, about acquiring magic items from the tower. He also volunteered to speak to the Arch-Chancellor about getting them a discount. Zorith then told Obras about the goings-on with her tattoo, and he attempted to discern more about it with his wild magic, saving him from another flare-up from the warding magic woven into the tattoo. Obras recommended that, given her tattoo's behavior around the imp, the group speak to Master Ixar, whose studies focus on things abyssal and infernal. Gwen and Emberheart had a successful hunt in the Janos Wood before returning to the tower as the group was preparing to track down Master Ixar. And that is where we pick up.
When you hear it that way, it sounds like we did way more than I remember. Zori knows where we're going?
Yep. Well, you know you're headed to the Wizard's Tower.
To the Wizard's Tower for this one, yeah.
And you know where the offices are because Master Indrus is in that tower.
Right.
So, walking across campus, there's practically no one around because it's during the day, classes are still in session. Walking into the Wizard's Tower, you walk up to the third floor where the offices are. And everybody make a perception check.
I perceive nothing.
This time I might actually perceive a little more. Okay.
What did you roll?
Me?
Yeah. Oh.
21. She is trying to make sure that her wolf doesn't eat anybody.
Yeah, I'm just completely focused on Emberheart and missing everything else.
I rolled low, so 28.
Ah.
Same, 29.
Well, the three of you
that
are not Gwen detect the faint scent of brimstone in the air.
It's an imp. It's an imp.
Are we in the tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's a wizard thing.
Probably the guy we're looking for.
Potentially, yes.
Figuring out what direction it seems to be stronger in leads you to an interesting looking office door. It appears to be slightly warped and looks to have little bits burnt out of the edges.
Is there a plaque beside the door or anything?
Yes.
Does it say his name?
Yes, it says Uldor Ixar.
I knock. I knock. Nothing. Oh, crap.
Knock,
Nothing.
knock.
Everybody make another perception check.
15.
30.
18. Oh, jeez.
This
I
time
went-
30.
Went up by 1.
Right. I went up by 2.
What'd you get, Zorith?
18.
18. Okay. You're all standing there. Tasha and Arabelle, you are able to barely make out some sort of chanting. What languages do the two of you speak?
Not Abyssal or whatever the other thing was.
Infernal.
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 I speak Infernal, but I didn't hear it, so.
Yeah. Celestial, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Common.
Okay. And Tasha?
That's. Didn't you hear me?
No.
I think I speak just English and Elven.
Okay. It's not a language you've ever heard of, but it is exceptionally unpleasant to your ears.
Okay. Weird.
Did we hear?
Yeah, common
I
and
think
Elvish.
we've
Yeah.
heard icky things before. Like
Yeah,
one of we've heard it. Like yeah, but
Yeah.
one of those in the past. But
Yeah.
sounds like somebody's in there chanting.
Can I use telepathy?
You have to be able to see the person.
Oh.
Maybe knock a little louder.
I walk up and give the door a solid pound with my fist.
Nothing.
You hear the chanting rising in volume and speed, and then it ends with you all hear a couple shouted syllables.
And then we knock again? I'll knock this time.
Okay, you go boom, and as you pull your hand back for the second one, the door swings open, and you see about 5'7", half elven gentleman. If he was human, you would guess mid-40s, probably. Dressed in gray trousers and a dark blue tunic, and covered in soot. Violet eyes and rather curly auburn hair that cascades down over his shoulders, and basically a long mustache that kind of twirls out at the end, and he just stops. He's taken a deep breath like he was ready to yell, and then he's like, "Who the bloody hell are you?"
Hello. We're the
Hi.
4.
Oh, right. What the bloody hell are you doing at my door?
Look at Zori.
Hi. I might need some help with this. And kind of show it on out there.
Master Obras sent us to you.
Oh. Right, come in.
We go in.
And you basically... It looks at first like you've just walked into some sort of medieval torture chamber.
Okay.
There's no desk. There's no chairs. There's a couple stools, one of which is knocked over. There's wrought iron apparatus scattered about. There is the bulk of the room is... Everything is pushed back against the wall because there is a massive pentagram engraved on the floor. And everything in the room is covered in soot.
Is this where they send naughty students, Lori?
I've not been here, so I don't know.
Hardly.
Have we come at a bad time?
Well, you almost got to meet, I won't say its name, obviously, but, let's put it this way. About, 10 foot tall, red skin, wings, Prince of Hell.
That might
So
have been interesting.
We're here to talk about a miniature one of those, right?
What, like a baby pit fiend?
No.
What do you know about imps?
Ugh. Waste of time, that's what I know.
How are they a waste of time?
Never tell you anything. Always going on about how they know everything, and when they don't actually know shit.
What does it mean when one of them shows up? Just randomly.
They don't show up randomly.
Mm-hmm.
They show up when they're sent. Or when they escape.
They generally work for someone else,
Yeah.
or are servants too.
Yeah.
What do you know about a tattoo that is laced in between, under, and over with a glyph of warding that, when activated, could feeble-mind someone?
And when when this imp was near, moved?
Itched, burned, and
Oh, the tattoo,
writhed.
not the imp. Right, got
Right.
it. I was gonna say, that imps usually move, but, I don't know nothing about that. Why?
It's
This-
all happened.
I show him the tattoo again. This felt like it was moving under my skin when an imp was near, and then it stopped when it left. I know
And
zero. Yeah.
When our friend Tasha here tried to cast legend lore on it, a blinding red flash erupted and she was feeble-minded.
So it's warded.
Yes.
Well, so the warding should be gone now.
No.
But it's not.
It did it again to
What do you mean it's
Master
not?
Obras. Also tried to look at it and it flashed at him as well.
And he said he could see that it was still there.
Bloody hell.
All we know pretty much is that it's abjuration magic
Well, yeah, that's
Fill
a
in.
ward.
and fill in whatever Obras told us that sent us here.
Alright, so... Obras thinks that there's something infernal or abyssal related to this tattoo. Alright. Come here. He just grabs Zorith by the arm and leads her over to the one stool that's still upright.
I am at your peril. Like, you look at it at your peril.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Don't cast spells on it. I'm not going to do that. So he sits down and he shoves your sleeve all the way up, snaps his fingers and a light spell goes off, hovering in the air, and he begins looking at it, and then he starts... It's a really strange sensation because he puts 2 fingers down and starts tracing the tattoo 2 different directions at the same time.
Ooh. That's weird.
Wait. Nope, I'm on the wrong side. He, moves around you and looks at it from the other side and starts doing it again. And he's like... At the risk of sounding, simple, this is incredibly wicked. But it's not.
Wicked like evil or wicked like wow?
Do you know what it was that Obras tried to cast on this?
Did he tell us?
No, you just know that his eyes were glowing.
His eyes were glowing.
Oh, right. We're gonna try something. Stay here, don't move. He
Don't move.
walks into the center of the pentagram and casts a spell, and you see, sort of rippling in the air, a circular shield appear and then vanish. And he begins to cast another spell, and you see his eyes begin to glow. And no reaction from the tattoo. Right. So far, so good. All right, let's see. Snaps his fingers, and you see that glittering energy appear again and sort of dissolve. And he walks...
The red or the
No,
shield?
the shield that he put up.
Okay, yeah.
And he stops for a moment, looking at you. He's like, Okay, so, let's try this again. And he walks up and begins tracing the spell again, or tracing the tattoo again. And this time he's like, oh, well, I see, okay, under... This is... Okay. All right. That's interesting. There's actually 2 spells here. There's the ward, which I know you already know about, but there's also some sort of concealing magic that between that and the ward, it's blocking being able to tell what the tattoo actually is, because I'm convinced it's actually... I think it's a spell. I think it's instructions for a spell, but I can't read it because it's being obfuscated by the concealment spell and the ward. It's devilishly clever how it's all woven together. But I still don't know why it would have reacted to an imp.
Devishly clever as in Infernal or Abyssal? Or...
Well, near as I can tell, it's written in Infernal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very strange dialect, one that I've not really seen before. So I can make out part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it appears to be targeted. That's all I can tell.
Targeted to me or someone else, or...
I don't think it's targeted at you. I think, were I to guess, that you're more the tome into which the spell was transcribed.
So she's a spell book?
Yeah.
You read Infernal, Zori. Where did you learn that?
Hold on. I don't necessarily know if I read Infernal or if I've just been able to read something that no one else has. Do you have Infernal that I may look at? Or Abyssal? May I have one of those two? Just a book.
Oh. Yeah.
Just a book.
Yeah. Hold on. He walks to the end of the room, leans down, puts his hand seemingly through the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and pulls a trap door open. And he reaches in and pulls out a couple books.
Mm-hmm.
One of them looks to be bound in obsidian. The other looks to be bound in something that looks suspiciously like human flesh.
Mm-hmm. I figured as much. Okay, these aren't spell books. These are just books, right?
Right.
Okay.
So, which one do you want first?
Either one.
Right. And he just tosses you the one that's bound in some form of skin.
Mm-hmm. Can I read that one?
You flip it open, and a smell strikes you immediately, sort of like an old, musty, coppery smell. And you see that the text on the pages of whatever this is made of have a faintly crimson tone to them.
Must be Abyssal. Or, well...
But you
which one is this one?
You can't make out anything. It's just weird swirls and loops and scrolls and...
Nope, and I hand it back.
Right, so not Abyssal. Alright, here's the Infernal one. I'm not gonna throw this one because it would knock you over. And he hands it to you, and it's very heavy. Because it's basically bound in stone.
Mm-hmm. I open it. Can I read the things there?
Yes. Immediately, your brain begins to feed you the story of an archdemon whose name means nothing to you, but talking about his plans for conquering the 7th level of hell.
Like you do.
Is this a instructional book or is this a history book?
No, it's a history book. Well, not even a history book. It's the ramblings of a particularly stupid archdemon, or archdevil, who thought he was going to take over the hells like they all do.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, I can read this one.
You can... Oh, well, you can read Infernal.
Yeah, okay. I knew that there were things that I could read that other people couldn't, and they kind of looked like this, so it is Infernal. And I have not read anything like this until we started exploring, so...
So no one ever taught you this. Can you read what's on your arm?
I wonder if it's a byproduct of, whatever that is.
Well, I would have been able to read it if it was just Infernal, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I'll look, but No ideas.
Because he was like going around, right?
Like I said, it's a very strange dialect. Not
But
entirely
maybe
sure.
she knows it?
I don't know. If you start here and begin to trace, this is how the script is woven, and he's basically showing you that it. I mean, you know.
Meanders all over.
Yeah, and looking at it with his help, you can actually make out occasional letters that seem to make sense, but nothing in terms of it translating into anything coherent.
Okay.
You mentioned that there is a second spell that conceals, or
Yeah.
is there any way to remove that spell or change its effects?
If we dispelled it?
Well, first off, I'm guessing that any attempt to do that would trigger the ward. It seems like it's magic cast directly on the tattoo that triggers the ward, so there's no way to dispel anything without triggering the ward. So I don't know how you do that. And I don't know what the function of the concealment is. I don't know who it's being concealed from, why it's being concealed. So, removing it might be worse than leaving it alone.
Is there any way to trace that information?
Yeah, find out who wrote it. And ask them what the hell they did. No pun intended.
Sorry, can you take your amulet off?
Yeah, I'll take my amulet off.
Tasha? Can you see if you can scry on Zorith?
Sure.
I was thinking that earlier.
Yeah.
Right?
I actually was thinking that earlier. I'm gonna go out in the hall. And I'm gonna stand there and like see if she can actually see what I'm doing.
Because the amulet's off, even though she's attuned to it, it doesn't work, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave my amulet with Arabelle.
Okay.
And
I'm
I
gonna
cast.
go. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
I'm
go
gonna
where?
go in the hallway.
Okay. And I'm gonna cast scrying on Zori.
Okay. You are immediately able to, looking in the little bowl of water that you've set up, you see Zori's face pop into view, and she's doing this. Make a perception check. Just Tasha.
30.
You see her clear as day, but on her arm, all you see is a blur.
Interesting. Okay. So I stop scrying. And I say, come back in, Zor.
Yeah, I come back in.
Interesting.
I can see you clear as day, but your arm with the tattoo is blurry. This is a mystery.
I look at Ixar.
Sure. Well, that explains the concealing magic. It's concealing itself from any sort of magical view.
Interesting.
So if you were trying to unravel this mystery, where would you begin?
So it's something to keep me safe.
let's try something. All of you go back in the corner there. And the three of you stand in front of the glass with the tattoo. And don't say anything.
I do it.
He reaches into a bag on his hip and pulls out a large earthenware container that he pops open and begins pouring what looks like blood into the pentagram. Finishes that and steps up, kneels down, dips his fingertips into the blood, rubs it on his hands like this, and then proceeds to start casting. The pentagram flares up with light, and in the light drops down a bit, and in the center you see an imp. And the second the imp appears, your tattoo once again begins to do calisthenics under your skin.
Why have you summoned me? Why have you summoned the mighty Indris? Silence!
I didn't summon you to hear that crap. I just summoned you to see if I could. What can you tell me about this room?
Why would I tell you anything?
Oh, sorry. Didn't make myself clear, because I could do this. And he reaches down and just strokes the edge of the pentagram, and the imp screams. Right, now that we got that clear, what can you tell me about this room?
It is filthy, and it is filled with the stench of morality.
Anything else?
No! Nothing else.
Right, you're useless. And he reaches down and strokes the pentagram again, and the imp screams again, writhing in pain. And then he says, "Go back to hell, you useless piece of shit." And dismisses it. And then he turns around. Right, you with the tattoo. What happened?
It just started whirling around under my skin and stuff.
Any light? Any noise?
I didn't see any light, hear any noise, I don't think.
Well, the imp couldn't detect it. Didn't seem to notice it. So I'm guessing that's another aspect of that concealing magic.
And then I say, so the imp wasn't there for me when we saw it the first time.
Well, I can't say. But
He didn't find you.
Oh.
one way or another, though, it reacted.
My tattoo reacted.
Yeah. And that indicates to me there's some sort of connection to that particular type of creature. I wonder... I won't be able to do it today, but I wonder if it would react more strongly to a more powerful creature from the Hells.
Did it react? Question history. Did it react when he had that pit fiend?
No.
Okay. Okay.
But the Pit Fiend is a demon,
Okay.
not a devil.
Oh.
Demons are abyssal. Devils are infernal.
Demons abyssal. I need to write that down. Devils. Infernal. Interesting. Okay. Great.
Is that something we should test?
Or be wary of?
Well, could be one or two things. Could be that you don't react to abyssal creatures. Or it could be that you have to be in the same room.
Better to know now in a controlled space than find out later.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
What
I'm
did
Zorith.
Bo summon?
Demons.
So same.
Thank you, and I go through our names real quick, just because we didn't really say anything, so.
Ah. Well, I knew the names, I just didn't know which name went with which face.
Can we count upon your discretion in this matter?
Of course. Although, I'm gonna talk to Master Andrews. There might be something in that library that I don't know about. Might shed some light on this.
We trust him.
If you find anything, please let us know.
And how do you want me to do that?
You can tell Obras. We
All
also
right.
trust him.
He
Alright,
can reach us.
consider it done. Because now I'm intrigued. I've never seen anything quite like that before. I want to know how it works, and why it works, and what his purpose is.
As do we.
I imagine. Well, keep your eye out. If you see any more devils, pay particular attention to if that tattoo reacts and how.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
And you see he's already wandered over to put those two tomes back in his storage place, and he's pulled out another one and is leafing through it. Just sort of squatting there in front of the hole in the ground.
Well, what next?
Well,
Enchanter?
Yeah, I guess we go to,
Maybe it's some spell to unleash some demon, and they don't want that, so they
Master
Good on you.
Rhoxea now. Yeah, I don't know.
or devil, not demon.
Yeah, that's...
We'll figure it out. Sorry.
But I guess I'll know when they're around. 'Cause I couldn't see it because it was invisible,
but
right?
I could.
But she could see it because I think I didn't roll high enough, right?
Well, I cast See Invisible, so.
Correct.
And I don't remember if I ended up doing it. I think because it left before I got a chance to do anything.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So are you headed to
Rhoxea's.
Master Rhoxea? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you depart the tower, the Wizard's Tower this time, and head for the Enchanter's Tower, It is in between classes, so the campus is just filled with children.
Budding young minds.
Mm-hmm. Laughing, yelling, horsing around, the usual. And there are, no shortage of sort of stares, especially at the wolf, but it's a different reaction. It's not fear or alarm, it's fascination. Several of the younger girls are like, "Ooh, look at the puppy."
To them, I give a wink.
And as you make your way into the tower, the stairs are full of students heading up to the classrooms, students heading down from the classrooms. But once you get past the classroom level, the stairs sort of empty out. Not a lot of students heading up to the office levels. And you make your way back to the office of Master Rhoxea. Let me get back to that info. Yep. And you find Rhoxea's office. The door is open, and inside you see a tall, slender, silver dragonkin, once again dressed all in bright blue. Chatting with a student and pointing out something in a tome that the two of them are leaning over the desk looking at. He finishes up and sends the student on the way with what, for a dragonkin, is a large smile. If you don't know, it's a little intimidating, but you do, so. And he notices you standing in the doorway. Ah, you have come back. Excellent. I trust there are no complaints with your amulets?
I grabbed my amulet from Rebel because I completely forgot about it.
No, they work wonderfully.
Excellent. Then what can I do for you this time?
Well, we are looking to perhaps upgrade or enchant some items.
Ah, I see. Well, we do have some openings that we have some of our senior students looking for projects. So that could certainly be arranged. What sort of thing were you interested in?
Do you enchant armor here, or was that beyond the sanctum?
Oh, unless it is a particularly specific type of enchantment that would be more along the line of the Balmosian bent.
I guess it would be, well, if you all did it, it would be like a mage armor?
We are able to occasionally craft very specific dwellers, but nothing that your average adventurer would be interested in. Ours are more specific to certain instances.
So if I wanted my armor to actually have magic protection, which it does not currently.
That would be the Temple of Balmus.
How does it work to enchant an item?
I do not know exactly how their process works. When dealing with magic from deities directly, it, I would guess, has a different process. For us, it requires unguents and gemstones and magic spells and sometimes more exotic ingredients. There's a process.
Jeff, this is a out of character question. When we enchanted my sword, it was like a dual thing, right?
What do you mean?
When we put I had to do something when we enchanted my Holy Avenger.
Yes.
D-U-E-L or D-U-A-L? You said it was a dual thing.
Oh, right, D-U-A-L, like, because there was the guy helping me, and then I was doing something at the same time.
Right, because part of the magic for a Holy Avenger is infusing the sword with a bit of your spirit.
Okay, so that's what I did, and he cast the incantation or whatever on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how he did that.
Correct.
Okay. I kind of just cast the spell a bunch of times on my armor. Like when they made the teleport circle. Okay, well, we'll ask at the Temple about this. But if we wanted it to have special properties, then that's something you would do?
It would depend on which type of properties you are interested in.
Which type do you do?
Most of what we do is, in terms of armament, is equipment utilized by those who attend our schools here. Rings and cloaks and bracers that offer protection.
Magic rings were something we were talking about, right?
Well, I can tell you what we have on hand, if you are interested.
We are.
Yes.
And he makes some sort of intricate gesture, and a large tome appears in front of him, floating in the air, just sort of gently hovering. And he reaches out and begins flipping pages. What sort of rings were you interested in?
That would be spell storing. Or a ring of animal influence.
Let us begin with the spell storing.
Mm-hmm.
Ring of spell storing. And he flips a page and begins to look. Ah, we have one. Do you know, are you, have you been granted any sort of, discounted price?
Yes.
Master Obras is checking with the arch somebody on that right now and should join us soon.
Oh, the Arch-Chancellor. Oh, well.
As we partner with Lord Bonethane in the military often. He was seeing if that would apply to us.
Ah, well, those would be two separate levels of discount.
Right.
How much would a ring like this run?
20,000 gold pieces.
What is that, like a legendary one?
I don't remember.
Okay.
You'd have to look it up in the
Yeah, I am.
DMG. Zorith,
Mm-hmm.
you sense a voice in your head, and you hear Obras say, Zorith! Master Rhoxea, good news! The Arch-Chancellor has decided that the four, being the preeminent heroes of the realm, should indeed receive a discount for materials we have available for sale, equivalent to an adjutant to the Lord Bonethane himself.
When my eyes get wide and
And you, in your head, you hear Rhoxea's voice say, Oh, an honor. I shall make the appropriate adjustments to the prices that I am quoting them.
Thank you, Obras.
Oh, you're very welcome. And if you're able, do stop in and say goodbye before you leave.
Hey. We'll tell you what transpired
And
in our previous.
And Master Rhoxea immediately says, excuse me, that would be 10,000 gold pieces.
Wow, that's quite a discount.
The adjutant to Lord Bonethane and the Lord himself receive a 50% discount.
Thanks, Obras. Bye. And then my eyes get like big, and I'm like, I do the whole woohoo discount.
How many of these rings do you have?
One.
I think we should like it.
I think we should.
Now, you were also inquiring about another one, a ring of animal influence.
Beast speak, I think, is what. Oh wait, we don't need that though now. Oh, wait, hold on.
If there is something that would allow him to communicate back with me.
Speak with animals or something. Or beast speak.
This will take a moment. And he puts his fingertips on the book and just closes his eyes for a moment. I do not believe we have anything in the warehouse suitable for a beast to speak to one of the intelligent bipedal races.
Is that something that is available in general?
I don't think that we've ever had a request for such a thing. I'm certain that it could be worked out, but it would be a new item, and that would take some time. In addition to the construction time and the enchanting time, we would need to investigate and research and experiment to see if such a thing is even possible.
Well, we would appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you would make those efforts.
I shall make a note of it.
Would you have anything that would give a measure of protection to my furry friend here? Or make him invisible, for that matter.
Ring of protection. Yes, we have one available in the warehouse. It would be, with your discount, 4,500 gold pieces.
I would like
Ring
one.
of invisibility. No, I am afraid we have none of those available at the moment.
Okay.
Would if he wore it around his neck, would that work on him?
It would need to be placed on one of his paws, I believe, or perhaps it could be worn on his tail.
I can't imagine that would be.
Comfy.
So it needs to be in contact with his skin?
It needs to be in contact, yes. It needs to be worn on his person.
We could build him a little
I have
vest
a
and then
question about.
sew it to each side, so it's constantly underneath. You know what I'm saying? The
Often, magic items that you wear fit to the wearer, correct?
Yes, within reason.
So, if something's smaller, I can wear a cloak, but then a halfling can use the same cloak, but it shrinks.
Yes.
So, can we put a cloak on the wolf? Would it be like a animal's dog sweater?
Like a jacket?
I mean, I have a cloak of protection. I'm just wondering what would happen if we put it on the wolf.
I can't say that I know. That is a use for which I have never attempted to put such a device.
Let's give it a go.
Would he like a cape?
Let's try it. We can always have it
Fold it out of my
modified
bag and
so
Right,
that it could.
we could just tack that on there so it's put it underneath the top part of it and just have it.
I'll let you, instead of me trying to put it on. While she does that, I'm wondering if you have any items that affect your personal attributes. I've heard that there's amulets and things that can make you hardier, that can boost your intelligence or your agility. Like someone had an amulet of health or something like that. Or I know there's books that are extremely, extremely rare because we've seen one of those, but just a regular magic item that does that while it's worn.
Unfortunately, we are still attempting to recover the fashioning of books and tomes of that type. If you find one, it is a relic from before the shattering. We do not yet have the ability to craft such things.
But the magic items that grant the temporary things similar, do you have any of those?
I can look if you have specifics. And he puts his fingers down and he says, Amulet of Health. Yes, in fact, we have two.
And how much?
Are 2,000 gold pieces each.
2,000? That's all?
Yes.
Okay,
We
definitely.
would like those.
Yeah, that gives you a con of 19.
Well,
Me?
you would have to take off your.
That's fine. We'll figure out what to. And then. Let's see. What about? Is there something for? what I'm looking for.
One of the things I was going to ask is, if we trade you some things that you might be looking at for yourself or the students to work on, is that something that, like a 2% discount on that?
We're trying to find a place to unload magic items.
We would be happy to provide you with the equivalent of what we would charge you for such items.
Careful. We have some of those.
To the rest of the party, do we still have that ring of regeneration?
I think Aethgar has it, right?
Yes, he's wearing it.
Because I was looking for it earlier.
Okay. Go ahead, Pam.
Ioun stones, that's what it's called.
Again, unfortunately, we have lost the crafting of such things.
Okay.
There are, I believe, let me check. Headband of Intellect. Yes, ooh. Those apparently are not in much demand. We have 3.
And how much are those?
3,500 gold pieces each.
I'd like one of those.
What did they do?
Boosts your intelligence. Is it similar to...
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Does it need to be attuned?
Yes.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Yes, I figured.
Gives you an intelligence of 19. Oh, I'd rather have the con, I think.
And
Does anybody...
It does require attunement.
Yeah. Does anybody need intelligence as their base score? Yours is probably already high, right, Zori?
I have a +2.
But yours are your spells... Oh, you're a sorcerer. It's charisma.
Okay. I have +10.
+10 to charisma?
I do.
Same.
I have a +4. Oh, I'm sorry. +4.
Thank you.
Saving throw 10. Sorry, +10. Sorry. +4. You're like, +10 is not
I'm
a
like,
thing.
+10, you'd have to have like a charisma score in the 30s or 40s. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I have a +4 in charisma.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so int I have +2. Oh yeah, it says +2.
Yeah, so probably don't need that.
Do you have a ring of spell turning?
Spell turning.
Ring of Spell Turning. Unfortunately, no. Those are much in demand by the armed forces.
Bet.
We're mostly looking at rings right now, right?
Well, you
Or
can
any-
ask for whatever.
As long as it's not weapons or armor.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of.
That's
We'll do that at the temple.
Yeah, that's the Temple of Balmus thing.
At least if you do get the Ring of Animal Influence, it doesn't require attunement, Gwen.
You don't happen to have a ring of regeneration, do you?
Ring of Regeneration. No.
Thought it was worth a shot.
Oh, I know what I'm going to ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one of those magical backpacks?
Do you not like
Hewoods have a handy haversack.
Yes.
Hewoods handy haversack.
Do you not like me having the...
Yes, we have 2 available. They are 4,000 gold pieces each.
I'd like one of those too.
And I look like hurt and lost. Do you not like having me have the thing?
Well, the haversack, you can just tell it what you want, right? And it's on top. And I have a lot of clothes and things that I carry, sorry. And my cookware and stuff that it wouldn't be worth pulling out the portable hole or the bag of holding for.
Got it. Does anybody else want the handy haversack?
When you reach into the haversack for a specific item, the item is always magically on top.
Yes. And it only weighs 5 pounds, no matter what you put into it, even though it holds up to like 80 pounds.
How much is it?
4,000.
We should get
I-
both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I would take that.
Okay.
How much are we up to, Zori?
Hold, please. Ring of protection is 4,500. Then we
We'll start pulling out what we want. I've got a bunch of stuff in my thing to sell.
Okay.
Oh, I know
Okay. So 2 amulets. Where are the amulets? Shoot, did I not write down the amulets? Amulet of health have to. We want them each, right?
They're 2,000 each.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
And we want
there
both
are-
of them, right?
There are 2.
I don't know if anybody else wants one. I want one.
One what?
The amulets of health. It gives you a 19 con, but it does require attunement.
Shoot.
But that'll give you quite a few more hit points because it's what your con bonus per level.
I mean, that would be really good because right now my con sucks ass.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
My con is a 14. Ugh.
You need it more than I do then.
So yeah, I will take
Oh.
that.
I know what I want to look for.
Is there are there only 2?
Yes.
Yeah, there are.
Do you have any rings of evasion?
Ring of evasion. Yes, we have 2 in stock.
Ooh. How much are those?
6,000 gold pieces each.
So you know I fail dex saves all the time.
What is your dex?
12.
You said 6K each?
Yes.
And how many?
My dex is a
2.
12.
Your dex is a
Let's-
12?
Yes.
Plus,
Let's get-
if she's wearing heavy armor, there's a penalty.
That's why I have mithril.
Let's
That's
get
so
them
bad.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had asked if there was the Ioun stone is the only thing that does your dex score. So, other than the manual of quickness, of course. Those are even harder to come by.
Zori, do you have Mark of Sentinel?
Is that a feature? Is that a...
It is no, it's I guess it's a class option.
My
Never
dex
mind.
save is a 6 because I get +5 to all of my saves. Otherwise, my dex save would be 1. It's not good.
We're getting
Oh, I
both
have
of those, right?
attuned. Oh, the rod.
Evasion 12. Amulet 4. 2 of those. 2 of those.
Do you have a
Spell
deck of
Scry.
illusions?
Not the other one.
No, just illusions.
Did your brain go there first?
Just illusions.
I knew what she said, just deck made me think of something else.
Deck of illusions.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, we have 2.
Oh.
How much are
They're
those?
200 gold pieces each.
Oh, well, I would take one of those for sure.
So if I have to unattune the Rod of Resurrection, that's not terrible because all we have to do is take a short rest and I can attune it and bring somebody back.
I'm gonna have to unattune the
And the amulet.
the amulet.
Yeah, I can't have armor that does anything because I don't have an attunement slot.
So your armor enchantment is not going to.
No, I just want like a plus.
Standard,
It can't be like
standard plus enchantments do not require attunement.
Yeah,
It's
so
only
you can
the
do a
specialty
mithril.
stuff.
I mean, a +2 on your mithril.
But to get that
I'd like
amulet
a
of health,
+3, but I just want to get something until I assume at some point I'll have armor that I have to attune, but we have to find it.
I did the math. A +3 requires a team of 10 working for 5.5 years.
Okay, so +2.
+2 is still going to take quite a while.
Yeah, I was
didn't do the
looking.
math
I mean,
on that, but-
it takes a concentration spell, but I can cast. I can give myself a +2 before combat. I just can't cast any other concentration spells.
Yeah.
And a +2 is not. I mean, with the way we roll, it doesn't really give you much. Armor class is kind of
Wonky in
in
5th
fifth.
edition. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
The evasion is probably better than the art, given that I suck at dex throws spells. Okay. All right. So things that we have to sell. I have. Do you do armor? Would that be better at? I mean, weapons, or is that better to take to the sanctum?
Those would be more a Balmothian desire.
Okay. I have a ring of mind shielding.
Oh, isn't that like something we need though?
It's an attunement thing. I think, well, it keeps telepath. It's different than the amulet. It lets people, you're immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you're lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type, and creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it.
A ring of mind shielding.
No, but that's if you die while wearing this ring, your soul enters it.
Yes.
We could offer 350 gold for a ring of mind shielding.
Okay, I'll keep it for that, I think. Do I have anything that's more? I have a ring of fire elemental command. I wear that occasionally.
Ring of fire elemental command.
It's legendary.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
It's linked.
We can offer 5,000 gold pieces for such. Or if you wish a second, we have one.
You said 5?
Yes.
5,000. Mm-hmm.
I have a cloak of elven kind that I would be willing to part with.
A cloak of elven kind.
Does that have to be?
We could offer 500 gold for such.
All right.
Something if it's something you're not wearing.
I'm not wearing it.
Did the cloak of protection fit on the wolf?
Oh yeah, we were gonna do that. Well, she was putting it
I
on.
was looking something up. Hold on.
I forgot also.
Well, I knew that's what I was doing.
Yeah. Might be some of the armor and weapons are probably worth more over that we have than the magic items.
Well, we have magic items.
Oh yeah, you have a bunch. That's right. That's all I have. What do you guys think? Should we sell the ring?
If you're not using it.
Fire elemental command. I mean,
It's cool, but some of the stuff you can't unlock till you actually slay a fire elemental while you're attuned to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're immune to fire and stuff, but we haven't fought a fire elemental yet. So. I mean, I guess we could travel to the fire plane and kill one, and then it would be worth it.
I don't know if we want to.
Can Bo summon a fire elemental and then we slay it?
Conceivably.
Then you're immune to fire damage. That's kind of cool. And you can cast Burning Hands, Fireball, and Wall of Fire from it. So yeah, I just want to keep everything because it's so cool. We are dragons.
I agree.
We have we have enough money for what we've picked out so far, right?
We do.
Okay.
I think. I'm
All right,
pretty sure.
so what did I got a deck of illusions, I got an amulet of health, and then I got some kind of bag.
Haversack.
What's it called?
Heward's Handy Haversack.
Hold on, I can't find the haversacks. Please hold.
I think I'll keep the ring for now.
When you attach the cloak around Emberheart's neck, it does flow and shrink down so that it's only as long as, like, to his haunch.
That's cute.
That gives him +1 armor class.
That's awesome.
He would
And then
still have to attune to it.
Oh, okay.
Is that something he can do?
Yeah.
Animals can attune. I just looked it up.
Oh, wow, that's wild.
So if we get that ring, wait, do they stack? If we put that ring at
I think so.
If we sew the ring just like on one on each edge and then put it at the very underneath, top of his thing, it would be rubbing on him. I mean, constantly. So we might have to
Well, we could get him a collar and put it on the underside of his collar.
Right. So that
it's contacted
Yeah.
his skin.
And then we'd have to move it every day, so it doesn't rub him off. Yes, I know.
It's magic.
Yeah, it wouldn't because it's magic.
It's magic.
They have those bands, because I looked at them for a ring, that the strap hooks onto the rings. So it's like that, and then...
Okay, hold on. I need to. How much did you say the haversacks were? I didn't write it down.
Where is it?
I don't know.
4,000 gold each.
Oh, it's up at the top. God dang it.
Oh, I should add items here. Haversack.
Okay, hold please.
Oh, there's both a handy haversack and a Heward's handy haversack. I guess in case
Are
you're
they
in
two
a...
different?
No, they're the same. It's just, I think, probably if you're in a world where Heward doesn't exist.
Oh, right.
Amulets. Health. Oh, and now it lets you put things in the haversack.
Yeah, it has you can actually put stuff in
In your different things.
Yeah,
I have an all this box I can put. All right, so amulet of health.
You said the deck was 200.
Yes.
What was the thing that... Oh, the Ring of Evasion, right.
Okay, so here's what I have. Ring of Protection for Emberheart. 1 storing ring for Gwen. 2 amulets
Of health.
of health. Why did I not do that? Well, I've written 13 things on this one part. 2 amulets of health. 2 things of evasion. Are those rings you said?
Yes.
Yeah. A deck and the 2 haversacks. Okay.
Weren't we supposed supposed to return the amulets? We just borrowed them, right?
We did, but
Yes.
Okay, so I will take mine off and give it back.
we just talked about that, didn't we? That's why I was wondering.
I'm gonna take mine off and give it back too.
Unless you want to buy one.
I do not. Plus, I don't have this. I don't have the slots. Like,
They're super expensive.
well, no, I mean it's
Right, I know.
What was the amulet of health?
Yes.
Amulet of Health just gave me 34 hit points.
Wow, babe, that's good.
It's going to give the same amount to Tasha, too.
Yeah, because it's 2 per level, so at 17 it's 34.
Yep.
Well, her con might have been higher, I don't know. Mine was no.
So
My con save went up too.
we're selling the Ring of Elemental Command, right? Fire.
No, we're gonna keep it.
Oh no, Ring of Elemental Command.
Fire Elemental Command. We're gonna keep it for now.
We did decide to keep it. So we have the Cloak of Elvenkind for 500 gold pieces. All right. I take his hand and I say, I apologize that we are taking up your time with basically looking through the inventory book, but I have a couple other things.
Very well.
Gracious. All right. We have 2 sets of bracers of defense.
Those have to be attuned, right?
Braces of defense.
No. Yes, requires attunement, yes.
Ah. We could offer 6,500 gold pieces each,
Oof,
should you wish to sell those.
it's probably good.
So here's what they do. +2 bonus to AC.
Yeah.
No armor and no shield. So that would be like, me.
Can you
But-
put them on the wolf's legs? One set?
Yes.
So sell one and put the other on the wolf.
And what will that give him?
Plus 2 to...
Two
A
bonus
total
AC?
of +4 to his armor class between the ring, the cloak, and the bracers, and a +1 to all his saving throws.
That's awesome.
He's gonna be such a fancy, pretty little boy. Would you say 6,500 for
Yes, each.
one of those? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the blue stuff first.
And that's pretty much it for Emberheart, because that's 3 things that require attunement.
That is hilarious.
Did you see in
oh,
the
wait a second.
extras, Leslie, you can put him in there?
No.
I have Starbolt in my extras, and then I click and it pulls up his character, like from the monster manual. I'll show you how after.
So
Oh, I
I
see.
just want to point out that I did not see before. In our inventory, we do actually have a ring of evasion. Do we only
Oh.
want to get one, or are we going to get as many as possible?
Well, does anybody else have a slot left for it?
What is it?
The ring of evasion.
So it lets you, it's not as cool as the old edition one. I think it's 3 times a day if you fail
This
your
one
deck
has-
save.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for rogues because they take half damage, and if they have a ring evasion, they take no damage.
Can I take it?
Do you
If
have
you-
slots?
How do I know if I do?
On your inventory,
Inventory.
Mm-hmm. Go all the way to the bottom, or yeah, and it says attunement.
And how many?
There's only 3 spots, so if you
Okay.
take off your amulet and give it back,
It should list everything on the side that requires attunement,
Right.
and then on the one side it lists what you have to.
Well, like I have a cloak of elven kind, but I don't know if I really need that because
That doesn't require attunement, though, I don't think.
it's listed here.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe it's the boots that don't.
But I don't know that it really does me a lot of good because
You're so sneaky.
that kind of doubles some of my Gloomstalker stuff.
So it's redundant. Kinda.
It just says checks made to see you have disadvantage. You have advantage on dex checks. But I have those things anyway, right?
It's the boots that don't require attunement.
Look at the boots. Oh yeah, they're the ones that help you be stealthy.
Yeah.
I guess I'm asking, Jeff, is that something, does it give me any advantages that I don't already have?
I don't know. I would have to look all that stuff up.
Okay.
So I would say go with your best judgment.
Yeah, I'll trade it in.
All right.
So what am I swapping it for?
I don't know.
The amulet?
Or
Yeah.
the ring?
I thought we were talking about the ring.
Yeah, because Arabelle and Tasha have the 2 amulets.
No, I thought she had the amulet of detection already attuned.
I do.
But she can unattune because we're giving those back.
Right.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we had only had them on loan.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. So...
Unless you want to buy it.
Nope. I guess we're giving those back. So I'll keep my Cloak of Elvenkind because I can now still add the ring.
Okay, so we'll just buy those 2,
And it's
and
a
then we
ring
have
of,
one.
of evasion, right?
Yes.
It is. Who wanted the ring of mind shielding?
We were selling that.
We're
Or
talking
yeah,
about-
it wasn't worth a whole lot, but unless somebody wants
You
it.
also have one, plus we have one in group loot.
Oh. I had one in my inventory. I think we did get 2, and they were, I don't know why we did.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're
I'm sorry.
350 gold each.
Thank you. I wasn't paying attention. Okay.
Hold on. Does what's his name die with that on?
Ring of protection. We have
Ooh.
one in the.
Did one of the Strophimans die with that one on? Is that why we haven't gotten rid of it?
It was the ring of regeneration.
Right, but the other guy, I guess that was your dad, but the grandpa, did he have it? Where did we get that?
I
don't know.
remember.
I would.
I-
Let's just sell the one and keep the one in the group loot and make sure it's not filled with an evil person.
Right? Ugh.
Okay. Okay, so I'm. Okay, sorry. I am not paying attention. We have a ring of protection in the thing also. So we don't need to buy that one?
Correct.
Sorry, I was not paying attention. As you were saying them,
We didn't No, we had to outfit. We hadn't thought about outfitting Wolfie.
Okay, thank you for your patience, sir.
Shopping always takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done it in a while.
Ring of feather falling? We don't need that, right? Because nobody's got slots for it.
You have feather. Somebody has feather fall. Leslie or Gwen has winged boots.
Right.
You do have winged boots.
I
That
am
have
wearing
been
them.
very helpful.
And they are attuned.
Yeah, feather falling, sir.
Ring of feather falling. 3,250 gold.
Ooh.
Elven chain.
That's
Regular.
a Temple of
Okay,
Balmus.
that's a Balmus thing. Sorry.
No need to apologize.
Ring of protection. We're keeping. Ring of feather falling. We're selling. Ring of evasion. We're buying the 2+ this one. Bracers of defense. We're going to put one of those on the wolf.
Sell the other.
Yeah. Okay.
So I delete the amulet, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any
Okay.
sending stones?
Smart. I was gonna ask. They're on my other.
Ascending
Oh, okay. I was like, we forgot.
stones. Yes, we have 3 pair. 1,000 gold pieces per pair.
We just need 1 pair, right? Like we were gonna.
Gwen was gonna get one for her
Or
family.
Right, that's the one we need.
No, and we were gonna get one for someone else.
No, we already had she had one.
I
for
would
her
get
family.
another set.
We had 2 sets. The one for you,
And the one for
that Gwen,
Athgar.
and the one that Gwen was going to use for her family. So she used that for Athgar. So we just need to replace one.
It wouldn't
I-
hurt
we
to
should-
have another set.
A second set because they don't require attunement, right?
Correct.
And if we split up and some of us can't have any kind of magical sending, we can take them with us and
Okay,
use
that's
them.
a good plan.
Oh, and I should get one so that I can communicate with.
Us when you go
Tosk.
hunting.
I was going to say with Tosk from my estate, so that
Oh,
So all 3.
we'll take
all
them.
right.
And you said 1K each?
Yes.
Yes.
We've got lots of people we need to be in touch with.
I think us having a set is good though. For
Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So I kind of look at him and then I kind of like gather everybody around and I whisper, "The ring of shooting stars." So we have a ring of shooting stars. Yeah. So fairy fire, ball lightning. And it is also attunement. So if we don't need this, you can cast dancing lights and light. That's not the spell like light to banish bad guys, right?
no, it's like the
It's
light
just light.
spell.
Yeah, okay,
yeah, it's
right.
light.
And then the 6 charges for the other properties: fairy fire, ball lightning, shooting stars, glowing mode of light from the ring at the point which you can see in 60. It's literally just a fancy light. Ball lightning, obviously, you can do.
I mean, I guess
Some
find out how
damage.
much it's worth.
Yeah, so I shake myself off. And I say,
Ring
I'm sorry, sir.
of shooting stars.
Very-
We would be willing to purchase that for 5,000 gold pieces.
How about a wand of pyrotechnics?
A wand of pyrotechnics. Not something we would be interested in, I'm afraid.
Okay.
What's it do?
7 charges. You can use it to create a harmless burst of multicolored light,
Make
Yeah.
fireworks.
Okay.
or like a flare.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's it. The rest of the stuff we have, like boots of elvenkind, we have the cloak of protection, which we actually had, but I didn't. It was green, so I was up in the blue and oranges. So what about the boots of elvenkind? Did he say? Did we look those ones up?
500. Oh, the boots?
The boots of elvenkind.
Boots of elvenkind.
Do you, Gwen?
300.
Do you have? Okay. Do you have the boots? Do you have a set of boots of elvenkind?
I don't, because I have the winged boots.
Correct.
But I could switch those out.
If needed, here's the deal. When you wear these boots, your steps make no sound, regardless of the surface you are moving across. You have advantage on dex checks that rely on moving silently. Now, I know you move silently, fairly silently, but
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have that with
okay, then
pass
we're gonna,
without trace and invisibility and
right.
Yeah. So I would just get rid of those.
I'm sorry.
And
you
I
said how
finally
much?
trained in stealth, so I'm not so. And I don't wear that high, loud armor anymore.
Jeff, I'm sorry. You said what? Boots
For
of
the,
elvenkind?
for the boots,
300.
300.
Mhm. Okay, so, and I think that's everything else is. Yes. Okay. So now I need to tabulate our. What we're selling versus what we're
Right.
spending. Oh. Oh. Right. Sorry.
While she's doing that, could I ask the DM a few questions?
Sure.
So, what did we end up getting for Emberheart?
A ring of protection, a cloak of protection, and bracers of defense.
Ring of protection, cloak of protection, and what was-
Bracers.
Bracers of defense.
Of defense.
Okay, and what does that end up doing for the armor class? The overall number?
The ring gives a +1 to armor class. The cloak gives a +1 to armor class. The bracers give a +2. So
That's
it's a
plus
total
4.
of +4. And in addition, the cloak gives a +1 to all saving throws.
Okay, so
So, what's the overall armor class?
+4. So Emberheart would have a 17 armor class instead of a 13 armor class.
Hey, that's the same as me.
Okay. And max hit points? Do we know? So you said also a +1 to all saving throws?
Yes. 11 hit
And that's
points
from the-
as far as I know.
Okay, well, this comes... When I put him in as a beast companion, it comes up with 68.
Oh.
Oh, you
So-
found how to add it. That's cool.
What?
You found where to add it.
Then you would need to roll 5d8 and then add 6.
58 and add 6. Okay, so the +1 to all saving throws comes from the bracers.
Comes from the cloak.
Okay, and medium size or large?
Medium.
And alignment, do we know?
Unaligned.
Unaligned. Okay. And you said I needed to do 6d8?
5d8 plus 6.
5d8 plus 6.
stop for talking real quick. I want to jump in.
She's rolling hit points.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, for the dog. For the wolf.
Actually, it would be 5d8 plus 12 because a wolf has a +1 con.
Do we re-roll any numbers?
Nope.
Okay, so... $16 plus 12,
28.
so 28, and that's the hit points.
Mm-hmm.
So its current hit points of 68 is not accurate. Not 6d8.
68?
68 is what it says just automatically in D&D Beyond.
I'm assuming that's adding in some bonuses that you don't get with being a Gloomstalker.
I don't know.
It would
I
be,
just put in Beast Companion.
It would be 28.
Okay.
Boo. I like 68 better.
Right?
That's just what came up automatically when I put in Beast Companion.
I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's adding it as if you were a Beastmaster archetype.
Ah. So should I roll something else?
I think you can do it as a pet.
Yeah.
Well, is he a pet or is he a beast companion?
Technically, he's a pet.
Okay,
Oh.
so let me change that.
Because Beast Companion is a specific feature of the Beastmaster Ranger archetype.
Got it. Okay, let me try that again.
All right. Nick, do you have the totals? Have you figured it out?
I do. And I am curious as to how we're going to do this from group loot. Because I have put group loot in the manage coin.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have additionally coin from the dragons to use as group loot. And then each person has a specific amount of platinum, which we keep in the hole because we can't. 995 platinum per each person is not going to. That's a lot to carry.
We have group loot though, right?
We have 21,000 gold from the dragons to use as group loot. Okay. Then we also have 27,000 in platinum and 66,000 in gold.
How much do we owe right now?
Okay. Okay. So we are buying 37,200. We are giving 15,550. So we would have 21 that we need to sell. 21 that we need to make up.
Okay.
21,650.
21,650.
Take it out of group loot, right?
Take it out of the gold from the dragons to use as group loot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we all put stuff in to sell, and we're all getting stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. I kind of imagine that we'd be using group loot anyway.
Yeah.
And then 650. I'll give you 65 platinum, right, for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So platinum 65 minus.
You said it was 21,000.
21,650. Yeah, 20. Oh, that's not gonna work. Thanks.
I think it's 200 platinum, right? If we owe 21,000, that's 210 platinum.
Well,
They
I was
times
giving
10 or buy it to 100.
I was giving the 21,000 gold from the dragons to use as group loot, and then I was trying to substitute the 650. But I think I like it much better where we take 650 from the gold and get rid of the platinum, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sorry.
You'd be counting gold forever.
I would.
Oh, actually, we have it in bags. I think we did sort it.
You did do that.
You did.
Okay, so from the 21,000 minus 650 equals 2350, because that's not tabulated in the, that's just written down. I'm sorry, you guys.
And
What
when
are
we
you sorry? What are you sorry about? You're fine. So
do this all again at the sanctum.
right. So I'm wondering if we should all just take the stuff that is in our personal equipment that we're not going to use anymore
And put it in the group loop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so now we need 21. So we need, I've paid the 650.
Mm-hmm.
I have the 650. So we just need 21 platinum?
No,
21,000 would be 2,100 platinum.
Okay.
they're 10s, right?
2,100. Okay, so we had 27 to start with. Am I taking 2,100 takes us down to 24,900? That's not right.
Yeah, from 27, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
25 would be 2, yeah.
Okay, so is there enough room for me to get into the
Sure.
okay, portable hole? Okay.
If necessary, you could just go out and put it up in the hallway.
Right. Okay, so Ring of Feather Falling.
Have that?
Okay, Ring of Feather Falling. Delete. Ring of Shooting Stars. Delete. Thanks, guys. Delete? How do I delete it? Frick. Okay, sorry. I will just do this while we
Do the math.
Oh, there it is at the way bottom.
All right.
Who had the Cloak of the Elven Kind that they were getting rid of for
I did.
500? Okay,
I
take
did.
that out of your inventory.
I did.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, I've already cleaned mine.
Okay. And then we'll figure out the things that we've claimed after.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You
sir.
should. All of your help
Should-
and patience.
Can I give you 10 gold as a thank you?
Oh, that is absolutely not necessary. It is our pleasure.
No tipping.
No.
Yeah.
But the thought is very much appreciated.
Oh, are we all giving away our amulets of proof against detection, or am I keeping one?
If you want to buy one.
Well, I know. How much is the amulet of
Oh,
proof
we bought
against-
one, though, from the place in,
We did buy one.
Yeah,
We did buy
Athgar
one.
has it.
So you should
Oh,
keep your.
Athgar's got
Oh,
it.
Athgar has it. Okay.
so how much is one if we want to buy another one?
Amulet of proof against detection and location.
I know they're expensive.
10,000 gold pieces. So it'd be 1,000 platinum.
Mhm.
Okay.
Question: do we need to, if everybody else is giving theirs up, do I need it?
Because if they can't scry on you, they can pick one of us.
They still
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to see her, though.
Right.
Even if they scried on one of the others, she would not appear in the scry.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should keep one because there's clearly something going on with you that we should probably try to.
All right, so I'm going to. Is that okay with everybody?
Mhm.
Yes.
So then I'm going to take out 100, right?
1,000 platinum.
1,000 platinum.
It's whatever the gold piece cost is divided by 10.
That's what I thought. Keeping/buying for me amulet of prot. 10k. All right. Thank you so much. We're very grateful. That should help us a lot.
It should.
We are happy to be of service.
Obras would like us to stop by.
Yes.
before we leave.
We should do that then.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck on your adventures, and should you come across anything interesting that you are not able to use, please remember that we may be interested in it as well.
We will keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yes. As we walk to Obras's, I say, we've got other things in the group loot, like black sapphires and blue sapphires, and then moonstone chalices and star sapphires. So, we've got things that if we wanted to sell would get us some extra money. But since we have, a lot of platinum, I think if we keep those things for the horde,
right?
We're going to keep as much as we can.
Well, it doesn't matter if we keep it in the form of objects
physical.
Or money, right? Whatever.
It's easier to have the objects because, five chalices are 750 gold each. So it's easier to have 5 little chalices than make bags of money again.
We don't have any diamonds, right? We checked that already.
Oh, fuck. No, I checked. We have no diamonds.
Yeah. I'll have to get some more.
Star sapphires and stuff. The moonstone chalices, and then, like I said, hold please. We've got black sapphires of 5,000.
I thought we checked already, so it's
and
okay.
a blue sapphire 1,000. Sorry.
Okay. So back to Obras we head.
All right.
Now I have a question for Obras. That was specific. And I even wrote it. This is all today. Okay, it was yesterday. Last time.
All right. Well, you're able to get back to Master Obras's office in a relatively short amount of time. You have lots of interesting stuff that you're going to need to attune when you rest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here it is.
And it's an per thing, so
Yes, it's an hour per item.
we'll hang out in the mansion tonight.
Mm-hmm. So when we get to Obras, I have a question.
All right. He's at his desk when you come in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I ask, so I know that there is studying going on in the temple under the forest.
Yes, we're still excavating and discovering fascinating things. One of our alchemists is attempting to see if potions can be made from those rather strange fruit.
Right.
They haven't had much success yet.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that was down there, have they learned any other spells from the things? And specifically, there was a room that was colder that had a icebox spell on it. Have they managed to figure that out?
Oh, yes. Well, sort of. The actual atmosphere in that room is due to a permanently fixed portal to the elemental plane of air.
Plane of air, okay. And it's not big enough for people to come through, or they're just hoping that nobody comes through?
It is very small, but it is not warded or shielded in any way. Indra seemed to take that as an insult of some kind. I don't understand why, but he did. So he is in the process of attempting to discover or recover some sort of warding spell that would allow the cold to continue through but block any sort of intelligence.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering about that. Doesn't everybody look fancy? Oh, like, never mind. We're not attuned to it, so never
Right.
mind. Everybody's gonna look fancy after this. Rhoxea was the perfect person to go to. Oh, and I fill him in on what Ixar had to say.
Oh.
Interesting man.
Yes. He doesn't get a lot of visitors.
It was a little uncomfortable for me in there, but I'm sure everyone else was fine.
I'm sure it was a little uncomfortable for all of us.
He spends a great deal of his time communing with creatures from the abyss and the nine hells, and it has had an effect on his personality. He is a bit rough, but his research is breathtaking and very useful.
We found him very useful.
Oh, good.
He's going to keep looking.
Excellent.
So,
Well, do tell me, if I may be so bold as to ask, how young Athgar is settling in.
he wanted to be sure that everyone here knew that that things will continue as they have, and that he extends warm greetings to all here.
Well, that is very kind. We will have to make a point, at least Indrus and I, of dropping in and visiting the young man.
Right now, he is caught in the steep learning curve of becoming the new lord.
Oh, I can only imagine. Well, he's very studious, and I'm certain that he could figure it out.
He's working hard to do so.
I had every confidence. Well, when you see him next, tell him that we're, Indrus and I at least, we are pulling for him to be a roaring success.
I will pass that word along. I'm sure he will appreciate it.
Good. So where are you off to from here, or can't you say?
Probably back to...
Make a stop at the sanctum.
Yeah, we're going to make a stop at the sanctum.
Ah, excellent. Give my regards to Master Ranro, if you would, if you see her. Interesting woman. She would have made an excellent sorcerer.
I'm sure she would appreciate that kind comment.
Okay.
Is there anything else we need to do while we're here?
No, just me. Is there room in his room for teleportation circle?
No,
his kind of messy, isn't it?
Yeah. But you
Maybe
can
the
go.
hall?
You can go up on the roof.
Oh, we can just go down to the circle downstairs. Duh.
No, you have to be able to
No.
drop.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, we'll just go.
But you can go up to the roof. That's.
Yeah, we'll go up to the roof.
And shall I give your regards to young Aaron next time I cross his path?
Please
Of
do.
course.
We miss him.
I shall do so.
Is there a break, like a school break?
Oh, like, do they have a fall break or something?
Do they go home?
If they wish, many of our students are the children of farmers, And so they tend to return home in the warmer months to assist their families. So there are classes offered over the summers for those who wish to remain, but those who wish to return home may do so with no loss of standing.
So it's currently spring, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure we will stop by Sandy Cove in the summer for a swim. So hopefully we'll see him then.
Excellent. All right. Well, farewell, and be careful.
Thank you.
You too.
Yes.
Always. I'm quite resilient. Occupational hazard.
Indeed.
Excellent.
All right.
We say our goodbyes and head on upstairs.
Okay. As you step out on the roof, you are alone up there. You build your circle and mutter your incantations, and with a flash of light, you step in and appear in the basement of the central building on the campus of the Faelifiri Sanctum. And that is where we will stop for tonight.
Of course.
Yep.
Sorry, that was all shopping.
Not all.
That's-
And
we
figuring
needed
out.
to do some shopping.
Yep.
Had to happen sometime.
Right. So we will pick this back up next time at the Sanctum. Just in time for dinner. So, thank you all very much for watching. We appreciate your attention. And we hope that you will return and let us welcome you back once more to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.